So you remember where we finished?
Just give me a second to remember and see my notes, please.
Okay, let's finish. Oh,
We ended up in negative yes, no questions and tag questions. Oh no, we were starting the new unit 2.
you need to. Okay, let me see here. Oh, yes, we did this. Great. So we need to do this. Can you please read?
Sure. So Sally goes to see Tony, her boss at Newsline. Tony is waiting anxiously for Talia to complete her story about Nick Crawford. He wants to run the story on the news as soon as possible. Talia has just received a report from an audio expert about the audio file that was sent to Newsline. She needs to ask Tony for more time to complete the story. Look at the picture. Talia is talking with her boss, Tony. Predict which of the following lines do you think Tony says? I just spoke to Nick. He was strict. I don't get it. Who's behind this? So now, what's your plan? I have an idea. I need some help from Amy. You can have another day on this. Tony might say that that he don't get it. Who's behind this? And who can have another? You can have another day on this.
Okay. Any other? There's one more.
And it maybe could be. So now, what's your plan?
Okay, let's see.
Tony, I need to see you. I have to bring you up to speed on the Nick Crawford story.
Come in. What's going on?
I just spoke to Nick. He was tricked. The audio file was edited. He didn't take a bribe. It just sounds that way.
Well, what does your audio expert say?
Spencer, the audio guy, he was able to verify that it's all definitely Nick's voice, but he also said the audio file was clearly edited. Background frequencies didn't match.
And he's certain about this.
99.9%. You know these tech guys. They never say 100%.
But I don't get it. Who's behind this?
One of Nick's teammates, Dean Bishop. He resents being in Nick's shadow. He wants to be the only star on the team.
Of course. Bottom line is, being the star is worth a lot of money. Big contract, endorsements.
Yeah, but it's beyond money with Dean. He comes from money. It seems that Dean wants the fame, the prestige.
And he doesn't want anyone to stand in his way. Brutal. So, what's your plan now?
I have an idea. I need some help from Amy.
Fine. You can have another day on this, and we won't run the story yet. But one more thing, Talia. I hope you're not emotionally involved in the story.
Me? Emotionally involved.
I know you want to clear Nick's name because you two have a bit of history. But if you want to have a career in journalism, you always have to remember to stay objective.
Okay, so you were right in all of those three.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on. Can you please read?
Of course. So while Talia is talking to Tony at the Newsline office, Amy goes to the health club where Nick met Jackie. She talks with Patty, who works at the juice bar. Look at the picture. Amy is asking Patty for some information. Predict, what information do you think she will find out? Jackie works at the juice bar. Jackie's still a member of the health club. Jackie's brother is a member of the health club. Jackie works at a nearby restaurant. Jackie is taking classes at the local university. I know maybe Jackie's taking classes at the local university, acting classes.
Okay. Okay. One more, please. One more.
Okay, then it could be Jackie's brother is a member of the health club.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, hi there. What can I get for you?
How about a large iced tea
Coming right up.
and a little information?
What kind of information?
I'm trying to get hold of someone named Jackie Bishop. I was told she works out at this club.
She used to, but not anymore. She stopped coming here a while ago, maybe a few months ago.
Too bad.
Her brother, Dean, the soccer player, works out here all the time, though. I remember seeing him yesterday around lunchtime. Maybe you could speak to him.
Actually, I'd rather avoid seeing him. It's a little complicated between him and me, if you know what I mean.
Oh, say no more. Well, here's an idea. I think Jackie's taking acting classes over at the university. Maybe you could catch up with her there.
She's taking acting classes at the university.
I know a little bit about everyone. I keep my ear close to the ground.
Ah, yes. Catch her at the university. That's a great idea. Thanks for the tip.
Oh, likewise. Thanks. Hey,
Okay, so you were right as well here. Great job. So let's work on these exercises and please tell me when you're finished.
Okay, teacher. Teacher, I finished the exercises.
Okay, so let's review them. Great, okay.
Hi. You know, the personal computer was invented only about 25 years ago. Amazing. Now it's used for almost everything, especially now that we have the internet. Was invented, is used, and are taught are examples of the passive. Let's take a look at this verb form.
You can please read.
Yes. So 1. We form the passive with the form of be plus the past participle of the verb. Nick was strict. The juice bar is managed by Patty. The iced tea is made fresh every day. 2. An active sentence focuses on the agent, the doer of an action. A passive sentence focuses on the receiver of an action. Look at this active sentence. Someone tricked Nick. In the example, someone is the agent, and Nick is the receiver of the action, the object. If we want to focus on Nick, we use the passive sentence. Someone tricked Nick. Notice that the object of the active sentence, Nick, becomes the subject of the passive sentence. Notice too that the subject, Nick, must agree with the verb was.
Continue, please.
3. We often use the passive when we don't know who the agent is. Talia, the audio file was edited. In the example, Talia doesn't know who edited the audio file. 4. We can also use the passive when it's clear who the agent is, so we don't need to say it. The news is reported on several channels. In the example, we know that reporters report the news, so we don't need to mention the agent. We do not say, the news is reported on several channels by reporters.
Continue, please.
5. We can also use the passive when we don't want to say who the agent is. Tony, too many mistakes were made in that report. In the example, Tony doesn't want to say who made the mistakes. 6. Sometimes the name of the agent is important information that we need in the sentence. If we want to say the name of the agent, we use by. Nick was tricked. Amy, the story was reported. Nick was tricked by, I don't remember, by Dean, and the story was reported by Talia.
That's right. Excellent. Okay, so we form the passive with a form of be plus the past participle of the verb. In this case, Nick was tricked. Or we could also say the juice bar is managed by Patty. The IT is made fresh every day. So in the active sentence, we focus on the doer, and in the passive on the receiver of the action. So as here, someone tricked Nick, Nick was tricked. Nick was tricked. Also, we can say, I don't know. I called him. He was called by me. So you change the receiver, and that person becomes the doer of the action. But of course, this changes. And we can use by to introduce the person who would be, in this case, the agent. As you said, Nick was tricked by Dean, and the story was reported by Talia. He was called by me. We often use the passive when we don't know who the agent is. The audio file was edited. We don't know who edited the audio file. Or he was robbed, let's say. We don't know who robbed him. Right? So that's the thing there. And also, we can use the passive when it's clear who the agent is, so we don't need to say that. The news reported on several channels. The law was passed yesterday. Let's say the tax reduction. Okay, so here we're not saying who passed the law because it's pretty obvious that the person who passes the law is the president, right? Congress approves, and in almost most of the countries, after that, the president passes the law. So here we don't say that because it's pretty obvious that the only person who can pass a law is the president. So you can use the passive in those two instances. Is there any question until number 4?
No, teacher, I understand.
Okay, finally, we can use the passive when we don't want to say who the agent is. Too many mistakes were made in that report. We know who made the mistakes, but we don't want to say who the agent is, or I don't know. A big, well, let's say, a big mistake was made, or let me think of an example here. A match was lost. Let's say that somebody in the team lost a match. Tennis match. Was lost. In this case, we can use by to say who the agent is, but we can omit that if we don't want to say who the agent is. Is there any question, maybe?
No questions, teacher.
Okay. Listen.
Hi. Today we're going to spend a little time talking about the quantifiers a lot of, a few, a little, many, and much. There are a few things you need to know about them. For example, some of them are used with count nouns, and some are used with non-count nouns. Let's begin.
Begin, please read.
Sure. 1. Count nouns are nouns that we can count. Here are some examples. One friend, one member, one idea. We can use a lot of, many, and a few with plural count nouns. Talia, Nick has a lot of friends on the team. Nick, do you know many members of the team? Patty? Talia, I have a few ideas. 2. Non-count nouns are nouns that we can not count. Here are some examples. Help, information, money, tea, time. We can use a lot of, much, and a little with non-count nouns. Tony, it's worth a lot of money. Tony, we don't have much time. Talia, I need a little help. I need a little help from Amy.
Continue, please.
3. Notice that we can use a lot of with both count and non-count nouns. Talia, Nick has a lot of friends. Tony, he has a lot of money too. We can use a lot of in questions and in affirmative or negative statements. Talia, does Dean have a lot of friends? Amy, I don't have a lot of money. 4. We usually use many and much in questions and negative statements, rather than in affirmative statements. John, I haven't bought my ticket for the game yet. How much time do I have? Tony, they didn't have many tickets left yesterday. You'd better buy one now.
Okay. Great. So here we're gonna see count nouns. Some of the count nouns. We have many of them, or nouns that we can count. One idea, one member, 2 members, 3 members, 1,000 members. So you can count them, and you can use a lot of, many, or a few. Like, I don't know, I have a lot of friends. He has, or that organization boasts a lot of members. I have a few ideas. Basically, you can use any of these, a lot of, many, or few. You can see here, I have a lot of, many friends. Many friends, a lot of, and a few ideas. And non-count nouns are nouns that you can't count, and because you can say, basically 1 help, 2 helps, 1,000 helps, right? Here it's like, for instance, advice. Many people confuse that, but advice is here. You can't say 1 advice. That's something very important. But with any of this, you can use a lot of. You can see that a lot of is in both, so you can use it pretty much with every noun there is. And you can use much instead of many, or a little instead of a few. I need a little help. Say, I need a little advice. I don't have much time. I have a lot of information. Okay, so basically, you can use any of this in order to use count nouns. A lot of, much, and a little. Is there any question, maybe?
Just, is there a difference between like a lot of and many or much?
Yes, there's a difference. One of them is used with, well, actually, yes, there is, like, but really, in reality, they're basically the same. The difference is that much and many are more often, but not always, used with negatives and with questions. As it says here, much and many are used in questions and negative statements. But you can also say, I have many friends. I've heard that. In fact, I've heard that thousands of times. But they say that you need to say a lot of it. Actually, as I'm telling you, the difference is not as big. So don't worry about it. Like, not a big difference here.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
So you can use them like any of them. But here it says that more often, usually, it says usually we use many and much in negative questions or statements, like, I don't have many friends. And for affirmative, I have a lot of friends. But as I said, you can also say, I have many friends. Or, I don't know, how much money do you have, for questions? How many friends do you have? So for negative and questions, you can use this. And a lot of can be used with both. And you can also use a lot of in questions and affirmative or negative statements. So pretty much, as I said, they're basically the same. He has a lot of friends. He has a lot of money. Does Dean have a lot of friends? I don't have a lot of money. So I don't know if there's any question maybe with any of this.
No, teacher, I think it's okay.
Okay, yes, it's not so difficult. Okay, let's continue here. Let's listen.
Hi, I really like teaching English, but I like to study languages too. In fact, I hope I never stop learning languages. Today, I want to talk about verbs that are followed by the gerund, or the infinitive. Let's begin.
Hey, can you please read?
Sure. 1. We've already learned about gerunds and infinitives. After some verbs, you have to use gerund, verb plus ing. Talia, Dean resents being in Nick's shadow. 2. After other verbs, you have to use the infinitive, to plus verb. Talia, he wants to be the only star on the team. 3. But some verbs can be followed by either the gerund or the infinitive. Amy loves helping Talia with the story, or Amy loves to help Talia with the story. These two sentences have the same meaning. 4. A few verbs can be followed by the gerund or the infinitive, but the meanings are not the same. Some of these verbs are forget, remember, and stop. I forgot to tell you. In this example, Talia didn't tell Tony something. She planned to tell him, but she didn't do it. Talia, I forgot telling you. In this example, Talia told Tony something, but she didn't remember that she did it. Brief. Amy remembered to see Patty at the health club. Patty told her something interesting. First, Amy remembered to go see Patty. Then she did it. Evan. Patty remembered seeing Dean yesterday. First, Patty saw Dean. Then she remembered that she saw him. Chloe. Patty stopped to talk to Amy. Patty stopped working on that she could talk to Amy. Zach. Jackie stopped coming to the health club a while ago. This means that Jackie doesn't come to the health club anymore.
Okay, great. So this is something that we've already seen, that there are gerunds and infinitives, and some verbs are followed by gerunds and some are followed by infinitives. Here you have the list, right? So you have all these verbs that are followed by gerunds, and all of them are followed by infinitives. But there are also 10 verbs, there are more, but these are the most common ones, that can be followed by either of them, of these 10. You could say, I don't know, I like playing soccer, or I like to play soccer. Both are correct. Or I love eating pizza. I love to eat pizza. Both are correct. So with this, with these 10 verbs, there's no change in meaning. And there are also some verbs that we're gonna see here, 3, that have a different meaning. Okay, when you change, when you use a gerund or an infinitive, like here. I forgot to tell you. That means that you didn't tell, in this case, Johnny something. Okay, like I forgot to tell you, I was gonna tell you something, but I forgot. And I forgot telling you, that means that I told Tony something, but she didn't remember that she did. She forgot, right? So the first one would be like, I don't know. I forgot to call him. This means that you didn't call him because you forgot to do so. But if you said, I forgot calling him, that means that you call him, but you don't remember Okay, you don't remember calling him. Forgot. I don't know if it's clear, this part.
At least with the meaning of forget, I think it's okay. Teacher, I understand.
Okay, great. So then we have remember. Remember is basically the same because it's the opposite of forget. I remember call him. Remember to call him. That means that you wanted to call him and you remembered and you called him. That means I didn't forget to call you. But if you said I remembered calling him, that means that you remember that the call that you call him. Like in your memories that you call him, right? I remember calling him. I like in your memories that you called him. But remember to call him is that you didn't forget to call him. You did. But remember calling him, that means that like like if I said I remembered calling him, that means that you remembered the call, right? The call, like what was said, you remember that. So I don't know if you understand that.
Yes, in that case, teacher, the second one is the one where you like check everything that you did while remembering, I mean in your mind. And the first one is more like I don't know, like you did it but you don't remember specifically.
Oh, you remembered. Like the first one would be like, I don't know. Let's do another one because this could be sort of difficult. The homework. I didn't forget to do the homework. Hmm. Like the first one, I remember to do the homework. That means that I didn't forget to do the homework. Okay, so you remember to do the homework. That means that you didn't forget at that time. So you did the homework. But the second one, I remembered doing the homework. That means that you remembered the act of doing the homework. I don't know, maybe you were I don't know, maybe you were doing the homework, listening to some music. You're remembering that time. In your mind is that time when you did the homework. I don't know, maybe you were with some people. You remember that time. And this
Okay,
it means that you didn't forget.
so the second one is more like seeing the process when you're
Yeah, exactly. You're remembering the process, exactly, the act of doing the homework.
okay,
Like
perfect,
here.
teacher.
Yes, Patty remembers seeing the Dean yesterday. So uh she remembered that she saw him. In her memory is that the moment. Hi. That's in her memory. And that's what she remembered. Okay, but the second one, remember to see Patty at the health club. So that means that she didn't forget to go see her. Okay,
Oh,
but she's
okay.
not like remembering like the act. No, she remembered to not miss the the meeting. I don't know if you get it.
Yes, I get it. I have it now.
Okay. Patty stopped to talk to Amy. That means that she stopped doing something in order to talk to Amy. Okay, like I don't know. I could say Alexandra a few minutes ago. Alexandra stopped to join the Zoom meeting. That means that you were doing something. I don't know what you were doing before, but you stopped that, didn't you? What were
Yes.
you doing before?
Before I was studying for a class that I registered.
Okay, you were studying. So you stopped studying so that you could join this meeting. That means stop to join the Zoom meeting. You stop something else to join the Zoom meeting. And we could say, I don't know, Alexandra, stop. Can you please tell me something that you are not that you used to do, but you don't do that any longer?
Mm, I don't know, maybe what like just give me a second. I'm thinking. Um
Could be anything.
maybe like drinking too much like Coca-Cola.
Okay, she stopped. Let's say you stop completely drinking soda.
So
Okay, so that means that you are not drinking soda any longer. Okay, so a few minutes ago, Alexander stopped something else to join the Zoom meeting. Alexander something. So the first one basically means that you stopped doing something else in order to do something else. And the second one is stop drinking soda. That means that you stopped an activity completely. I don't know if you understand the meaning, the difference there.
yes, I get the difference. Thank you, teacher.
Okay, any question maybe with this or with any of it in fact? Or no questions?
No, no questions, teacher.
Okay,
It's clear.
great. So let's move on here. Okay, let's do these activities, please. Finish as many as you can for today, and the next are gonna be homework for Sunday, okay?
Okay, teacher. Then I have a question.
Yes.
Will we have the tests of A1 and A2 on Sunday
Uh
or not?
yes, we are gonna have that. Yes, thank you for reminding me that. Yes, we're gonna have that as well.
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so please do that. Please tell me. Oh, like 5 minutes before we're gonna see how much you did, okay?
Okay. Sorry, teacher, but I think the exercises are not assigned yet.
Aren't they? Let me see. No, they are.
Also, they are but for
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 Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes,
Ah, okay.
but please do them as many as you can right now.
Ah, okay, perfect, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, so let's finish here, Alexandra. I reviewed that you did 4 of, I think that you're missing 2, right?
Yes, the part
Okay.
of verb plus gerund of verb.
Yes, so please do that for Sunday before the test. The test already been assigned. Let's do the quick poll. The rest, I think you had 100%, so there's nothing to review. So
Okay.
please finish that for Sunday.